Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76, Entertainment and Media. First of all, please like this stream, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Wow, I see one person in here. I had intended to do this stream earlier today, but as you know in life, things come up. And I switched the times around a couple of times, and then I switched it to tomorrow. And then I decided, you know what, I'll just knock this out tonight. This is not going to be a long stream, but it's going to probably go about 30 minutes. I have an article I want to read on the release of Snowfall Season 5. I did a quick and dirty review of Snowfall seasons 1 and 2, and I wanted to come back and do seasons 3 and 4 as I've binge watched those or serial watched those on Hulu. So this is my first live stream on this channel since July. I took August off. And I had done things on my other 3 channels. I have 3 channels for those of you who don't know. But I wanted to get this channel going again. Interestingly, the subscriber base over here, this is my smallest channel, but the subscriber base has steadily crept upwards like this. And I think I should have gone back to look at the videos that people are watching. But you know what? I'll take a quick look right now. Give me a second. I know that I think the most popular video on this channel is my review of Our Kind of People. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, I think that's the one. Okay. So if I go to all my videos, yeah, this one right here, yep, a review of Our Kind of People. That one's got 3,700 views. So people are still watching that one. And surprisingly, this excerpt here, Clayface and my favorite episodes of Batman. Let's just say Clayface and one of my favorite episodes of Batman, the animated series. The viewership has crept up on this one. So I think a lot of the new subscribers have come in based upon my review of Our Kind of People. And interestingly, one of the viewers got pretty aggressive with me this week. I'm going to show you guys the comments so you can see it for yourself. One of the more interesting parts of being a YouTube content creator is interacting with the viewers. And some of the viewers are very, very aggressive and opinionated and critical. And so this particular viewer here said to me, this is from Arabian James. He says, BGS just shared this. Thank you, BGS. Arabian James just said, can you stop talking about yourself and talk about the book? Come on, bro. So yeah, some viewers are very aggressive and very passionate. But if you're watching this, you know, being a YouTube content creator is not easy. It's hard to please everybody. I was talking about, I was reviewing the book, not the TV show. And when you're reviewing a book, you're talking about how the book relates to you and what you thought about the book and how the book impacted your life. So that's the way I approached it. And that's not for everybody. So Just keep that in mind if you're a viewer. Just be fair, be nice. We're all trying to do the best we can here. Speaking of books, and I'm going to jump into Snowfall real quick because I don't want to make this stream too long. It's almost 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. I see some more people coming in. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Big words authors. Yeah, there it is. If you're new coming in, please hit the like. I don't know how many people are going to watch tonight. I know Tariq Nasheed is going right now. There's another one. BGS brings the crowd. This is my book project, and I'll probably start talking about this to some degree here on this channel. My book project is called The Engineers, a Western New York basketball story. Oh, Toya the Tutor is in the chat. What's going on, Toya? What are you up to this Sunday, this Labor Day Sunday night? I just created this page on my writer's blog. This is an overview of the book project I've been working on over the last, well, it's taken a while, but I'll throw this in the chat if anyone wants to go take a look, and I'll put this in the description box underneath this stream. It's called The Engineers, a Western New York basketball story. I give a description of the book. There's me. I did a photo shoot in January, right around the inauguration. This breaks down the story. There are 2 parts to the book. There's a first part. Right now I'm calling it Innocent Basketball Dreams. Part 2 is Getting into the Game of Life. This is Coach Ken Jones. He's a major character in the book. Had a major impact on my life, which is why I'm commemorating him and paying tribute to him here. And then these are pieces at the bottom that I've already published relating to the book. And when I was putting this page together, I realized, wow, I did a lot of work on this. So I'm going to try to remember to leave this beneath the this live stream. Yeah. Oh, finishing also laundry. Okay. Yeah. Someone was having a party tonight, Toya, and I came from that party. I still have cigar taste in my mouth. And I'm trying to get that out right now. Okay. Well, thank you for being the person in the chat, Toya. Okay. So that's my book project. I'm going to talk about this gradually as I get closer to, finding a technical writer and, finding a place to publish it and those kinds of things. It's a lot of work writing a book, but it's a lot of fun as well. Okay. Let me throw this link in the chat right here in case anyone wants to take a look at this. There it is. Okay. So let's jump into Snowfall. I'm going to read an article first that I saw online, and then I'm going to talk about my main takeaways from seasons 3 and 4. And then we'll take a look at the cast and see who's gotten picked off. Because Snowfall has been very much like the Game of Thrones in that you get used to seeing certain characters and then those characters get picked off, boom, 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 one by one. So I'm going to stop this. And this article, when I read it, I think this was written partway through season 4. Because if I recall correctly, Man-Boy has died. So I'm sure everyone's seen that by now. But this article, it talks as though Man-Boy is still alive. So I think this was written partway through season 4. Okay. Again, it's going to be a shorter stream. This is not going to be one of the 4-hour long ones. There's one of those iconic pictures of Franklin Saint, played by Damson Idris. Okay, so it says Snowfall season 5 release date, cast, and plot. What we know so far. Okay. After getting off to a somewhat rocky start, FX's Snowfall gradually established itself as one of the most engaging and consistent dramas on TV, bringing a stunning level of intricacy, intensity to every episode without ever straining credibility or losing track of the characters' gripping individual journeys, and the fourth season is shaping up to be the most exciting and nerve-wracking so far. After season 3 forced Franklin, Damson Idris, to confront the sheer cost of commandeering a crack-dealing operation, season 4 has seen all corners of the trade folding in on Franklin and his associates, from his increasing involvement in the Crips and Bloods conflict to the intensification of the LAPD's war on drugs efforts, to the investigation conducted by Herald Examiner reporter Irene Abbey, played by Susie Nakamura. I think I pronounced that right. As this batch of episodes comes to a head, fans of the show can feel free to begin speculating about the directions it will take in season 5. Deadline has confirmed that Snowfall has been renewed by FX following a significant upswing in ratings in the pandemic-delayed 4th season. Here is what we know so far about season 5 of Snowfall. Season 4 of Snowfall was originally supposed to come out in 2020 before it was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and production was shut down temporarily. Much like what happened to countless other films and series, as a result, the show wasn't able to stick to its usual July-September time slot, as it was scheduled to air between February and April of 2021. In light of this, and with uncertainty still hanging in the air about how safe it will be to continue shooting movies and shows for the next few months, we can probably assume that the show is no longer tied to a summer release schedule as it was in years past. That said, given the previous waiting times between announcement and release were of 11 months for season 2 and 9.5 months for season 3, it would seem that there is plenty enough time for FX to opt between moving Snowfall back to mid-year or maintaining its current February-April time slot. Therefore, it's likely that season 5 of Snowfall will come out at some point between February and September of 2022. However, we probably won't get an exact date until the season's production schedule solidifies. Snowfall is one of those shows where everybody is safe. Snowfall is one of those shows where nobody is safe. And that has become especially true in season 4. There's no real telling at any given point who we'll be seeing again in the next episode. That's why I said it's kind of like Game of Thrones. If things keep going as they are, the only season 5 presence that's somewhat safe to cinch is Damson Idris himself, both because so much of the show still revolves around Franklin and because the real-life inspiration behind the character, Freeway Ricky Ross, eventually served a prison sentence and is, in fact, alive to this day. I've heard a lot about Freeway Ricky Ross, but I don't know that much about him. But apparently Franklin Saint that character is based on Freeway Ricky Ross. Assuming the rest of season 4's principal cast remains, that would mean a return of Carter Hudson, Sergio Perez-Mencheta, Michael Hyatt, Isaiah John, Ammon Joseph, and Kevin Carroll for season 5. And as recurring players go, Melvin Gregg, Jeffrey Maya, DeAndre Bonds, and Susie Nakamura have been prominent enough that it wouldn't be surprising if they came back as well, though Nakamura's character is in a rather precarious standing at the moment from a plot perspective. That's right, Teddy might take her out. In a lot of ways, season 4 of Snowfall has been surprisingly definitive, tracking the implosion of the House of Cards built in collaboration with Franklin and the CIA. The dogged determination of Irene Abbey throughout the season has finally resulted in her expose of the operation getting published. Now it remains to be seen whether that will lead to further investigations and total calamity for Franklin, Teddy, and the others, or if the parties involved will find a way to hush Irene up. Even if they do manage to shake the Herald Examiner and the government off their trail, some damage will be irrevocable. The escalating tensions between Franklin, Manboy, and Scully guarantee that it won't be smooth sailing for any of the characters going forward. What seems certain about the future of Snowfall is that if seasons 1 to 4 have been the rise portion of the story, with the crack boom propelling the characters higher and higher up, we're on the cusp of witnessing the fall. From The Shield to Breaking Bad, there's a story tradition of crime dramas using their latter seasons to bear witness as the protagonists' actions finally catch up with them. Actor Isaiah Johns seemed to confirm as much when he told End Style Atlanta, "I feel like Leon is mentally going through it this season because now he was going to take the fall for what he felt responsible for," and Franklin kind of talked him out of it. After taking a slow burn approach to the horrors of the crack epidemic for most of its run, it seems inevitable that Snowfall should be heading the way of its genre forebears in the final stretch. Okay, so that's that article. So they're predicting as Snowfall goes forward, we've seen the rise of Franklin and his empire. They're predicting that there's going to be some sort of, snowfall. And that basically that article basically gave us an overview of season 4. You saw a lot of Franklin's operation breaking apart. And I'm pretty sure if this was written partway through season 4, then I believe Manboy died. Manboy got killed. I believe Scully's girlfriend got killed. Their daughter got killed. Leon, in one of the episodes, thought that Scully was in the car and in the back seat. Instead, it was Scully's daughter. And so at that point, Scully's girlfriend basically put a bounty out on Leon. And that was a major part, I believe, of season 4. In addition to the Herald Examiner wanting to expose Franklin's operation. Now, what was it? I'm going to pull up the cast here, and then I'm going to end with this. We're at 18 minutes. Let's see. What's interesting about season 4 was that we saw Franklin's parents. His mother no longer wanted to be involved with the operation. And actually, Jerome and Aunt Louie, Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie, at the end, they wanted to go independent of Franklin's operation. Yeah. There it is. So Sissy, I think McCall Hyatt, I think she's pretty, Franklin's mother. Her and Kevin Carroll, they retreat. They leave to go to Cuba. And because Alton actually conspired with the Herald Examiner to expose Franklin's operation and also Teddy. So at the end of season 4, you see Franklin trying to bargain for his father's life and trying to convince Teddy not to kill his father. And so at that ending, it looks like Alton and Sissy, is that her name? Yeah, Sissy Saint. They get on a plane and they fly to Cuba, and you think like that's it. You think they're gone. You think they're going to live happily ever after. But the way that episode ends, Sissy goes to a shop to get some things. She got on a pretty dress, and Alton is left in the apartment reading a book, listening to some music, and you can see that the door is propped open. And in TV shows and movies, when the door is propped open and they set the camera there, you usually know that somebody's going to walk in. And sure enough, Teddy followed them down to Cuba, and Alton looks at Teddy and he realizes, okay, this is the end. So Teddy gave Franklin the what's the word I'm looking for? He let Franklin believe that his parents were going to live and his father was going to live. But Teddy instead showed up and said, no, I'm going to take Alton out because he can expose my operation. And I don't want that to happen. So Teddy, played by Carter Hudson here, he actually ends up being pretty crazy. He gets completely immersed and swallowed up by his CIA operation, funneling money to those armies in South America, and he becomes completely immersed in it and completely ruthless, when it comes to protecting his operation and taking out anyone who seems to be a threat to his operation. Let's see. So that's pretty much what happens in season 4. There are a bunch of wars between Franklin and other crews. Manboy leaves Franklin's camp and goes over to Scully and agrees to try to avenge the death of Scully's daughter. There are all those kinds of things going on. Oso officially becomes a part of Teddy's operation. Interestingly, looking at the cast here, after season 2, we don't see Lucia anymore. She disappears. Let's see, Alton. I just told you Alton gets killed off. Let's see, Kevin gets killed off at the end of season 2. Leon's on the run for most of season 4. Auntie Louie actually gets shot because I think, 2 women were gunning for Leon. Let's see, we see Mel. So at the end of season, so let's talk about season 3. What stands out to me most about season 3 is the fact that Andre, Mel's father, basically declares war. Where's Andre? Yeah, there he is, played by Marcus Henderson. He officially declares war on Franklin and Franklin's operation. And that's a main thread in season 3. And as many of you know, Franklin ends up shooting and killing Andre. And throughout that rest of that season, Mel is suspicious that Franklin actually did it, but Franklin never admits to it. And surprisingly, at the end of that season, Mel, she gets on the crack just like Wanda. So let me see if Wanda is here in the... No, they don't have Wanda listed out in this cast of characters. But she gets on the crack rock just like Wanda. Franklin tries to rehabilitate her, and at the end of that season, she ends up shooting Franklin, which is why in season 4 we see Franklin moving around gingerly with the cane. Though at the end of season 4, Franklin finds Mel, who seems to have turned into a devout Christian, and at the end of season 4, he drops the cane and just walks out. So apparently that was just an act. So, but the main thread for me in season 3 was Franklin versus Andre. Andre wanted to take him down. And then, as described in that article, Franklin's empire starts to fracture. And Leon shoots Scully's daughter, and all those things start to go on. But this article predicts that from now on, they're going to show the fall of Franklin. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I binge watched seasons 3 and 4, probably finished in July or August. And it's very much like Game of Thrones. You have characters that you like, you have characters that you kind of attach to, and then you never know who's going to get taken away and who's going to get taken off the board. And sometimes these characters are getting taken off the board pretty ruthlessly. Let's see if they have her here. There's another CIA operative. Oh, this one. Yeah. Adriana de Girolami. She plays Soledad. And she was hot on the heels of Lucia in Oso. Gustavo Zap something. Oso. That's his name, Oso. He was hot on their heels. She was hot on their heels. And she married Pedro. And she tries to I think she squares a deal away with Teddy to work with them. And there's a scene, I believe it's in season 3, where the warehouse door lifts up and Oso and an older Mexican woman see that it's Soledad. And Oso looks at her like this, and she turns to walk away. Oso pulls out the gun, boom, shoots her in the head. And then Teddy, once he realizes this, Teddy's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. So they're in the woods. They take her body. I think they dismember it. They throw it in a pit. And then they throw a sodium hydroxide solution in that pit to dissolve the body. So I thought that was very grisly and very morbid. So the whole show is riddled with stuff like that. In addition to the soundtracks and the classic tunes and songs of that era. So that's what I wanted to say about seasons 3 and 4 of Snowfall. Some characters have been killed off. The main set are still there. And season 5, according to that article, is going to start probably in the spring of 2022. So I just wanted to squeeze in this quick stream. I hadn't done anything on this channel since I came back from my break at the start of September. So I've had some other ideas of what to do and what to cover. Some older movies to do retrospectives on. And also, I think I want to go see that new movie, the new Marvel movie with the Asian. Let me take a look at it. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I've heard mixed things about it over on Dr. Tia-san Johnson's channel. I don't think they said that they didn't have good things to say about it, but I think I'm gonna go check it out. Also, at some point, I might discuss that new Spider-Man trailer. That looks really, really good, especially with the fact that it looks like they're going to do some crossover. So you're going to have the Tom Holland world crossover with the Andrew Garfield world, crossover with the Tobey Maguire world. So that looks pretty exciting, in my opinion. So I have a couple things coming, but I'm going to wrap this one up here. If you're watching this on the playback, please like this stream video. Please share it. And please subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you the next time. And as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.